try that again. And there we go. Now I get 20 seconds of running at a time, so I have to make sure my pathing is optimized. So I can cut corners as much as possible while I have the speed boost. And I'm so overleveled in here, everything dies to one hit no matter what the attack is. So I usually choose an area of effect because it allows me to keep running. And even though my sprint cooldown is back up, I'm not going to take my sprint here, because I need to stop these guys from interrupting me while I perform some actions. There is something at the start of this dungeon. Oh, first try. There is something at the start of this dungeon that tells you which coral to hit, but I don't have time to go get it, so we just guess and hope for the best. Now I'll activate my run. These purple lines are boss barriers. In normal runs, they would cut off after 15 seconds and you can't go back or leave. But this isn't a normal run. We just one-hit that boss. And are currently outrunning him. Hope they don't grab me. Okay. We're good. Yeah. Yeah, if an attack manages to land, then I get interrupted. There's a chance that I don't because I'm so high level. But that's a chance we just have to take. Reactivate my run now that the cooldown's off. Go over to this door. And the second fight, that looks a lot like the first. Because it is! Now I have an attack that lets me zoom to the nearest enemy, but I don't want to use all 3 charges of it. Because I need a charge for the boss. And this will kill him. Alright. Leave dungeon. And into the next one, Tim Terra Deepcroft. I should have waited to activate sprint. Since there aren't enemies that can cut my sprint time from 20 to 10 seconds, another mechanic is that if I'm engaged with enemies at the time I use my sprint, I only get 10 seconds of sprinting instead of 20. So I usually try to wait to activate the sprint until I usually wait to activate the sprint until I'm right before the first enemy group. That way I can get the full 20 seconds through as many enemies as possible. And that's another reason I waited for those enemies back in Sastasha. Because they would have messed up my sprint timer. Kill these guys, deactivate the cultist orb, and move on. Don't want them messing with my sprint timer. And up there next to my experience bar, you'll see the sprint timer itself. Oh god. How did I not... Okay. I ran in front of half of them. How did I not activate that timer? Oh, come on. Let me have it, let me have it, let me have it. Okay, fine. We do want to try to kill as many enemies as we can along the way. That way we don't have as many trying to interrupt us. Right now I think I just have one enemy on my tail, which is not going to do for my sprint timer. So it's going to be faster for me to go back and kill that enemy real quick, rather than risk ruining my sprint timer. Another boss. Make sure the ranged enemy can't get to me. 3, 2, 1, and sprint gone. Try to get all these guys in the same group. I was unsuccessful, but we're still gonna... Oh. The enemies controlling this rosary were still alive. That's why I couldn't get into it. Just barely. Alright, so we run back here, deactivate the barrier. Deactivate one cultist orb, then the other. And before each final dungeon boss, there's supposed to be a cutscene that plays. That's why the screen goes black. But since I've already seen them, I've set the game to skip cutscenes I've already seen, which does save time. This dungeon is a little bit more involved. I need keys and fire sand to blast open barriers. Saving my sprint for this first section because it would be gone by the time I got here. There's that. There's that. There's that. Getting enemies on the way, so that way I don't have to deal with them messing with my timers later. Sometimes going 4 or 5 steps out of your way can save time on the sprint timer later. Oh good, I stayed facing forward. Sometimes as a warrior you can use your ranged attack and it won't turn you around to face the enemy. I'm not entirely sure what governs that mechanic, but it does work. So go grab this fire sand. I don't misclick it 80 times. Then stand kind of halfway between the powder chamber and the blasting device because their active areas are actually really big. So I can set the fire sand from there, hit the blasting device also from there, and we move on. First boss of this dungeon goes down without issue. We need the tiny key to open the sealed blasting door. sprint ended right when I got to the elevator, which is good. And this is my sprint timer, and how long until I can activate it again. And here we want to kill the blasting caps because they have the fire sand we need. Don't hit me, don't hit me. Thank you. Why didn't I just do it this way? I've run these dungeons numerous times solo, but doing it all at once is kind of new, so I'm finding mechanics and things I can skip as I'm doing the run. Can I hit the blasting device from here? Yes. And then we need this fire sand for the next one. Oh, look, a boss. You can tell because that purple line's in front of his area. And boss dead. We go to pick up this fire sand, put it in the powder chamber, hit the blasting device. You do not take damage from these blasts, so you can just run right through. And this is the last area. Just need to get through here. Switch this to the active map, so that way I can keep track of where I am and where my paths are. Pretty good. Didn't run out of sprint until the cutscene. That's generally desired. And dead. Next dungeon, Halatali. This one can take you for a ride. It's one of the longer dungeons in this expansion. So wait until the first group of enemies. Until right before. There we go. We can largely skip these enemies and they won't come running after us. We take teleporters after each boss that points us in the next direction we need to go. So these enemies won't be coming back to see us once we teleport. Target Fire Main. Kill him in one go. And teleport before I get hit. Now they do not care about me and I need to go this way. 10 seconds till my sprint comes back. I need to hit 5 chain winches. Unfortunately, they are very spread apart. So best thing I can do to mitigate that distance is use my close-up attack as you saw there. Feel like I missed one. We'll see. No enemies, so I can sprint. Oh no, that was correct. Okay. Then number 2. Sometimes we'll spawn treasures, sometimes we'll spawn enemies. It just depends on who and where you are. Oh, I did miss one somewhere. I knew it. Well, we're running back to get it. Not as bad. Ironically, not as bad of a time sink as you would expect. Considering how badly I messed up a dungeon my first run. And we'll get to that later. Sunken Temple of Karn hard. I kept forgetting keystones I needed to unlock the next paths. Where is it? And luckily there's a shortcut here I can just jump off and take. Where did I miss that chain winch? I thought I skipped one. Yep. Alright, we'll activate this chain winch. Good luck on the treasure coffers. That way we don't have to run all the way back down and around. We bled a lot of time there. And this will take us to encounter 2. There's no more shortcut here. They changed a few things in this dungeon with the 7.1 update. You used to be able to just jump into the water from there. One-shot the boss and into the teleporter. This one, we can waste the timer, even though I only get 10 seconds to sprint with enemies tailing me. It's going to be good for opening this door before I get hit. When the dodge is automatic, there is no button I can press to either get hit or not get hit. It's usually just the higher level I am, the better chance I have of not getting hit. Yeah, I bled 52 seconds there. Yikes. 1,000 Maws of Toto Rack is literally a straight line dungeon. It's really easy and simple. There are enemy gates that you have to kill certain enemies to open certain pathways to get through the dungeon, but other than that, it's fairly straightforward. And so I am going to be trying to make sure I get every enemy together in a group before I hit my attack. That way I can kill them all as I go. Oh, these guys are spread out. I don't like that. I got 2 of them, though. And that one can follow me. I don't have to worry about HP here. I don't have to worry about how much damage I'm taking. I am, I believe, 75 to 80 levels over. You're keeping this door shut. Okay. First boss. And dead. Moving on. The rush to an enemy's location attack, that's OGCD, and my regular attacks are GCD. What that means is that there's a global cooldown timer, GCD, that dictates when I can use most of my abilities. An OGCD, or outside of global cooldown timer attack, I can use outside of my normal cooldown. So I can rush and then immediately hit the area with a ground attack. Got them all. Sweet. A popular combo for Warrior is to use the range attack, then rush the location. Then use another ground attack called Upheaval, because both the rush and Upheaval are both OGCD. Oh, you little shit. There we go. This will take me to the last boss. Just hope I get good luck on getting these enemies grouped together. No. So we are stopping for just a second so we can make sure we get everybody. Because the enemies have this door on a fear lock. And dead. And we did gain almost 10 seconds back, so that's good. Hawk Banner can be a little testy, as it were, with what you need to do. The main objective here for people who have done this dungeon a million times I didn't want her interrupting me while I picked this key up. We need 2 tiny keys to get through the dungeon. There are multiple doors you can unlock and about 6 or 7 keys scattered throughout the entire dungeon. That first tiny key unlocks this door, which we need to progress. Our second tiny key is in this room. And our second tiny key will unlock a cell in the dungeons that we need. Got them all in one group. That's really good luck. Killed the sentry. She's going to drop the green key that we need to progress through that door behind us. I'm not going to chance it. I'm just going to go for the door and hope she doesn't see us on her way back. Good. These are the dungeons that we needed the second key for. And the cell we need to unlock is at the very end of this loop. Good lord. Okay, locked door. Pick up the yellow key, try not to get hit. Hell yeah. Okay. So now we go over this, which we couldn't go around the first time because it's blocked off from the front. And use the yellow key to open the Carnation door. We focus on one enemy, and then use our GCD to kill them both. We need this bloody parchment or we can't continue the dungeon. It will unlock a psychic field at the top of these stairs. Then we have one enemy here. Boss is through the doors to our right. And that is the dungeon. Don't know where we lost time there, but we'll keep going. Brave Flox's Long Stop. I hate this dungeon. It's my least favorite. So if they don't bother me, need to get a key from this guy is the first step. A lot of newbies don't know that because seasoned players will just run and grab the key without waiting for the new users. We're doing this for the first few times. Use that key he gave us to unlock this head gate, and first boss already. And first boss is dead. Moving on. We are 68 levels over. Oh shit. Okay, come here. There is an optional area straight ahead and up the hill. We will not be taking it because we're just trying to get this done as quickly as possible. Kill those 2 enemies and this gate opens. One will spawn after the other is at about half health, but because we kill it right away, it spawns immediately. This area, the enemies are so far spread apart, I usually wait until the next boss encounter to get them all in one swoop. I have 30 seconds until I can sprint again anyways, so it's not a huge loss. So that's the first boss. Second boss is also the dungeon boss, but we can only do so much damage to it before it runs away. Then we just have to wait for this door to open. I didn't know there's still an enemy on my tail. Oh, that sucks. Open this door. We don't need a key for it. It will just open if we interact with it. Try not to get seen. Fuck. These guys, I don't really have a choice. No, let's go back and make sure we kill these guys. Okay. There is still an enemy tailing us. He is way far behind, though. Cutscene's going to happen right about here. Then kill you. I think that's the first time... lost another 10 seconds. I think that's the first time that boss hasn't died in a single hit. Sunken Temple of Karn is next. Hopefully we gain some time back here. I know we're going to gain a bunch of time back in the hard version of this dungeon because I was stupid and didn't pick things up and had to backtrack like 2 or 3 minutes to go get them. We're going to try to skirt around these enemies. It's always hit or miss. Looks like we were successful. Do a U-turn here. Still not seen. That's good. We're not going to get through this room without being seen, unfortunately. If you're at level in this dungeon, the bees can one-hit you. They get down to a certain point of health, and they're like, shit, we're going to die, let's take them down with us. And they do a one-hit kill attack. It does nothing to you at this high of a level. Well, nothing worth worrying about anyway. Wait just a second there. Again, kill them here. Make sure we kill him there so that he keeps the door open. Because those heads need to be on these glowing platforms when they die to keep the door open. "20 seconds of sprint. We're going underground. There we go. Forgot he takes a couple hits. His defense is stupidly high just as a rule. We got those 3 enemies in one go. Now this guy we need to lure to the platform before we kill him. So we need to let him come to us until it stops glowing. There we go. Now we can kill him. And the door will open. Same with this guy. We need to lure him onto his button and kill him. Then normally we would need to grab some tablets to put in the left and right pans, but we can skip that mechanic and just spawn extra enemies that we need to kill to gain access to the boss by tipping the scales without those on there. So we use our long range attack, rush him, and he dies. Gain some time back, that's good. Gained 14 seconds back. Wow, I really did screw up those head buttons. Cutter's Cry is, I think, the first optional dungeon of the expansion. If not, it's Sunken Temple of Karn. This first area is really uppity because enemies need to come from all corners of the map, so I'm just going to wait for them to... Oh, shit. Did they not? They've never done that before. That is annoying as hell. Yeah, and those lines you saw connecting the enemies together, if one gets aggroed, every connected enemy will also get aggroed. Okay, Shifting Sands. Teleporter to the next area. And same thing in this room. We attract a group of enemies to the center, then kill the second group that spawns. Yeah, those lines connecting the enemies, if one gets aggroed, they all aggro together. So wait for them to come here. Fucking bugs. Now we can sprint. Make sure I don't take the wrong paths. I'm gonna turn left up here to the first boss. And we're going to teleport before they can hit us. And now they can't chase us anymore. This area you can run straight through. You just have to make sure you hit the prompt before you get hit, otherwise you have to try again. Since I don't have my sprint, I have to run slowly, trying to stick to the edge as much as possible. Oh, I'm well ahead of these guys. Okay. Okay, we have our sprint, so we can run through this next area. Same deal, just get to the teleporter. If you need to kill enemies on your way, so be it. Huh, it's still aggroed to me. That's interesting. This worm is usually a pain in the ass to kill, but we got him in one go. Into the sands we go. And that's the final area. It does take a little bit of getting used to. I think I got stuck on this ledge here for a couple seconds on my first run. So we are going... Well, seems like I dropped out for like 12 seconds. Fun. Gotta go around this... Oh, wrong way. Fuck. That's what I mean. Good thing I caught it there and not at the end of that tunnel. Then we just need to keep right. Make some of that time back here. And final boss, cutscene's gonna play. Awesome. Then we kill the Chimera. . All right. Gold times mean that's the best I've ever done on that dungeon, so... Oh, fuck. And then I bleed time by fucking this up. Oh, no, I did select the right one. Okay, well, there you have it. Got to go around and to the right. This is just a quick run through. This dungeon takes, like, no effort. And I got stuck on, like, the only rock in the room. That's nice. Okay, we'll stick around to kill these guys. That's fine. That way they're not messing up my timers later. I'm 59 levels above these enemies. This one might go down in one hit. I remember this boss being really weak. Okay, 2. Just goes to show I need to get my gear up. Curiosity, what is my gearing here? Okay. I was a little concerned. There we go, and run. And they're all dead too. Hell yeah. You're dead. You're all dead. You're all dead. So I can kill Close Che with no problem. And I think from here forward, that new combo is going to be my modus operandi. The ranged rush AoE combo that I have. That's going to be my new modus operandi, as these enemies now do not die in one hit. Or the bosses don't, rather. And final boss already. This is a really fast dungeon. No! Aw, fuck. Well, there goes that dungeon. We're not supposed to see this mechanic. Yeah, lost almost 12 seconds, so that was messy. Zenial Darkhold is a sit around and wait dungeon. Gonna wait until right before our first group of enemies so we get as much sprint as possible through the riffraff. Don't need to hit that timer. So this is going to be the annoying mechanic for this dungeon. See those blue circles? We gotta stand in those for a certain period of time. We can do whatever we want as long as we don't leave them before they disappear. No! Oh, thank God. Okay. I thought I accidentally reset the timer and I would need to stand there all over again. Now we just kind of sit and wait. Because that door won't open until we count down both of the timers. There we go. Now the boss is going to come this way to follow me. And we don't need to sprint here because the boss has this whole entrance animation thing that we're going to beat him to. Get him to come over here so he's vulnerable in the light. Now we'll use our sprint. The frogs can lick and pull you to where they are. It can be useful, but it's mostly a hindrance because they pull you backwards. But if you can get them to notice you while they're in front of you, they can pull you to them and skip the need to rush or continue walking for that distance. This is the second boss, Towlard. I call him Cowturd. And that's him dead. Here we have these timers again that we need to remove the barrier in our way. However, the difference between the other timers and this one is that this one you take damage in because these crystals explode. So you need either a tank, at level you need a tank, or a healer to heal someone while they're here. Okay, countdown completes. That was fast. That felt fast to me. See that barrier up there is preventing us from moving. So as soon as it disappears, we can go. Just like that. And I couldn't see for a second. And the final boss already. And that's done. Oh, we got some time back too. Almost 9 seconds. Holy shit, we're doing good. Aurum Vale is the fastest dungeon in this category. It takes like 2 minutes to do. It's really nice. Use the sprint immediately. Try to bypass as many enemies as possible. Standing in this golden liquid will drain your health. That's much more of a liability. That's much more of a liability at level, but doing it unsynced and being able to be max level in here makes it not an issue. That boss has a debuff that will do damage over time, and that debuff will stack to do even more damage over time at level, but we can kill him before he even gets the first stack on us, so we're good. Killing the big guy will open the barrier for us to continue. We still have a huge group of enemies on our tail, which is why I am now using this rush mechanic to move instead of my sprint, because it's just going to be better in the long run. Like, we're still going to sprint, but we're only getting 10 seconds at a time now. And then we need to kill the 2 big plant things. There's one. There's 2. And then final boss, cutscene. And we're done. That was also 6.5 seconds faster. We're gaining some real time back now. Wanderer's Palace can be the longest dungeon if you don't know what you're doing. There's a huge area up here that doesn't have any enemies that we need to worry about. So I just activate sprint right away to make sure... Oh, that's nice of them. The hard version of this dungeon has my favorite music for the ARR Dungeons. And sprint. Ranged, rush, AoE, and keep going. And AoE stands for area of effect. So this Tonberry introduces us to the lantern oil mechanic. We need a grand total of 6 of these, but we need 4 for this section. I believe every Tonberry in this section will drop it. So we need to kill every Tonberry we find and pick up the oil that they're wanting to give us. Oh, it's a grand total of 8, and we get 3 from this section, 3 from the next, and 2 in the final. Or no. I'm wrong. It's 6 total, 4 in this first section, then 2 later. Two of these Nemean devices in this area specifically don't need oil to function, and I counted them. I think the first one is in this room to our right here. Yep, doesn't need oil. These giant Tonberries can't be killed, you just have to try to avoid them. And they always hit, which is really annoying. Come on. Yeah! So we're going to run over to this one and make sure that's taken care of. Using our last oil for this section. There we go. Kill you. The door next to this Nemean device should be open now. Right when my sprint comes back, which is nice. Then we get a pudding. Who would normally spawn other puddings, but killing him despawns the rest. So it's nothing really to worry about. Here, not all Tonberries will drop lantern oil, but you still need to check them. You need 2. So one of these tonberries will drop lantern oil, one of them will not. Then we go use them on these devices. Good. Good. Just in time for our sprint to come back. And Tonberry King, which we use our Old Faithful combo, and that dungeon is over. We beat our old time by 24 seconds, so I'm glad to see we are gaining our time back. This dungeon is the first of 2 that have unskippable cutscenes. This is one of them. I think this dungeon has about 2 minutes of unskippable cutscenes. The next dungeon has 15 minutes of unskippable cutscenes. So it's a great time to take a break, get a drink, eat food, go pee. These barriers are fear locked, meaning that you have to kill all the enemies in order for them to deactivate. Same with this barrier, it is also fear locked. There we go. That boss is dead. Now we go down. Now we put ourselves in the garbage where we belong. The way that boss fight is supposed to work is he continuously calls reinforcements that you have to deal with in addition to him, because letting them go will overwhelm you eventually. This is fear locked. This is also fear locked. Then we do our trusty ranged rush AoE. That's the second boss. We have 1 more to go. She has about a 1.5-minute cutscene that we can't skip, where she gets horny over the antagonist of this expansion. I wish I was joking, that is very literal. Five, 4, 3, 2. I'm not gonna make it. Oh, I did. And now it's like 1.5 minutes, 1:45 cutscene. And that's that fight. Lost 2 seconds on that dungeon, that's totally fine. Meanwhile, Praetorium, this is the one with like 15 minutes worth of cutscenes. Which is about to be the most fucking annoying thing. I'm going to be muted through most of this dungeon so I can eat lunch while these cutscenes play. If something comes up I need to mention, I will unmute and say so. So I do need to mention this. This is the Magitech armor. It has a fixed damage output. Is fixed damage output, highly defensive. You likely won't die in this thing, but this is the only part that's slower as a solo, because this does fixed damage no matter how many people you have, what level you are. So doing this as a solo is always slower. Best I can do is go to the exit and turn around and then start punching face. Same thing in the next area. You're just kind of screwed as a solo. Because again, fixed damage output, even though it's highly defensive. The nice thing, though, is that you can skip these enemies entirely because the door is not fear locked, it's damage locked. Meaning do enough damage to the door, you'll be fine. Oh, it is fear locked. Oh, that's so dumb. Then we kill the door. Like I said, fixed damage every time. More cutscenes. We run 80 feet for a whole other cutscene. I think this one's 3 minutes. 3-second boss fight for another cutscene. And this is the longest one at 4.5 minutes. So get up, stretch, fill your water bottle, grab a snack, go pee, do what you need to do.
Tell me, for whom do you fight?
Those dings are going to be my free company talking to each other, my clan, in other words. And this is the only voiced cutscene in the entire run.
Is forged of falsehoods. Its city-states are built on deceit, and its faith is an instrument of deception. It is not but a cobweb of lies. To believe in Eorzea is to believe in nothing. In Eorzea, the beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead, though your comrades only rarely respond in kind. Which is strange, is it not? Are the 12 otherwise engaged? I was given to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well in Cartano and call them down? They will answer, so long as you lavish them with crystals and gorge them on ether. Your gods are no different from those of the beasts. Icons, every one. Except but this, and you will see how Eorzea's faith is bleeding the land dry. Nor is this unknown to your masters, which prompts the question, why do they cling to these false deities? What drives even men of learning, even the great Louis Swan, to grovel at their feet? The answer? Your masters lack the strength to do otherwise.
Alrighty, we're back. Alright, next dungeon. Yep, we got seen. I'm gonna gain some time back here because I had to backtrack my first run, so we might actually be at a negative time this run. That, and I left an enemy alive last time I ran through this down there. So it's still registered as aggro to me, and I got my sprint timer cut as a result. Pharaoh Sirius is an interesting one. And yeah, we did finally get under our old time. It's only by like 4 seconds, but still. This is one of my favorites from this run. One of my favorite songs. There's the boss. Excuse you? What the fuck? Well, we're losing time. Okay, noted for next time. I need to go berserk there. That was rude. Well, I can hopefully make that time back here because I do have to deactivate 2 valves. And if I don't get got by these clouds of ether... Good lord. There we go. Yeah, that's the 3rd boss. One of the rare dungeons that has 4 bosses instead of 3. Yeah, I bled so much time there. That's annoying. Then we do Copperbell Mines hard. This is where I started tripping up. Because when I ran this a couple nights ago, I wasn't privy to some of the mechanics I needed to perform. Oh, good! You came through right away. Thank you. Nope, it doesn't kill you. Okay, you're just gonna be aggro to me forever. That's fine. So this is the first boss of the dungeon. It's get across this bridge before it burns you alive. And we're done. Already. Moving on. Next boss. We're not chancing it. Then Zeggy's gonna be like, I have a big heart! And we kill him. I don't. Yep, that's what I'm talking about with the long range attack that they do. Not fun. I think we just made our time back, though. Yes, we did. Wow, by a lot. Hawk Manor hard. I also got turned around in when I ran this a couple nights ago for the first time. So we're going to gain time back here as well. This one, we start by just going straight up the stairs. And we go this way. Kill both of these guys. I believe you were supposed to have a key. Okay, never mind. No, you totally were. Unless the key isn't here. It's in here. I feel dumb. Tiny key. Bim bam boom. Grab his key. Open this door. Grab this key. Open this door. Talk to the crystal ball. which will teleport us to a new annoying area. Do you have a key? No. This is where I got turned around. You had the key. Look at you go. We've already gained back about 30 seconds by getting that key right away. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, yep. Lost about 10 to 12 there. Behind this door is the sentry, barring that exit. God damn you. Okay. We follow him. He's going to open that barrier for us. He's like, oh, Ash will get you. We're like, get what? Talk to the crystal ball again, teleport to a different part of the manor. I do believe this one we just run. No keys necessary, boss room's already open. This is normally a really tricky boss. You can wipe to doing too much damage at once. But since we're going to kill her in one swell swoop anyway... Oh yeah, gained 3 seconds. Okay. Lost City of Amdapor. I thought I got past them. And I believe killing the big thing in the middle there will open the door that I need to go through. Yes. Okay. I do not need to stick around and kill everything. That's fear locked behind those mad mites. First boss, typical boss fare. He has a mechanic where he eats a player and kills them that way. We skip it entirely. We sprint again. We only get 10 seconds this time, but I do believe that's all we're going to need. Oh god, okay. You weren't targetable yet. That's my bad. I fucked that up. And the next boss, which I learned we have to be in the vicinity of when we kill these things. Where's the next one? Okay. Basically, when they die, they sneeze on us, and that's when we can kill this guy. because it won't notice us until we get sneezed on. Messed up that mechanic on my first run, so we're gaining time already. Then the boss, since I've already used my wombo combo. Yeah, saved almost 40 seconds. Halatali. Halatali is another one I got turned around on. This is just a bunch of fear gates. Bunch of fear locks. And talking to NPCs to get put in other areas. It was absolutely cruel of them to put the shortcut, to keep the shortcut open for this dungeon. So I gotta go over here and kill all the enemies. Then talk to the gladiator trainer for the first boss. Who looks daunting, but he's a big old softy. This gate will open, which will allow you to climb up to this area and talk to this NPC to be teleported and pointed in the direction of the second boss. This guy will open the gate for you. Guard your loins, Miranda Priestley must be around. And we're running. Kill, kill, kill. Kill again. Kill the bear. Kill the bear. Kill the bear. Which will open the door for us. No need to kill the basilisk, though we're going to do it anyway because he's on the way and in our way. Kill this group of 3 enemies. Talk to the trainer who will then open the door for us. And on to the next boss. Katablapas. Go through this open gate, climb to the top of the stairs, talk to the NPC, get teleported to the third area. This NPC will open the way. Need to kill these guys. Continue on this way. They're dead. Onward we go. And finally, the last boss. Who I believe is this NPC? Yes. And that's that dungeon. Gained 11 seconds there. And we're now over a minute improved. Brave Fox's long stop hard. It's alright. Lots of running. Lots of just trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Skip all of these enemies. They have nothing to do with our goal. Skip up here. Kill the cat. Oh, for fuck. One of you has a key. There we go. First boss. Oh, I don't need to go down here. Fuck. And you're going to show me a secret. That secret puts me into the second boss fight. Pick up the key. Open the check gate. Same with this. And the final boss, which is usually a more interesting boss fight. It's one of my favorites in the original expansion, but we skip every mechanic. Hullbreaker Isle. One of the more annoying dungeons to do. Ran over a bear trap, that was entertaining. Perfect. make some of this time back. Oh, for fuck's sake. Really good at finding those. I don't think I ran into a single one on my first run. That's the first boss, that big old monkey. So what we're gonna do is our wombo combo. And he's done. Start sprinting again. Now for this part of the dungeon, we have to check all of these treasure coffers for mimics. And sometimes the mimics will drop a stone tablet. And the stone tablets are what we need to continue. There's one. I'm not risking it. Yeah, with my luck, it was the other stone tablet we needed. Yep. 100%. Those stone tablets are randomized every run, so glad we got it, honestly. Ah. Okay. And final boss time. So the mechanic for this one, you're supposed to go from platform to platform, but every time you move to a platform, your maximum health goes down because of how intense the water is. There's the tentacle. And that is that boss. Yeah, 35 seconds. I got turned around at the boss the last time because they spawned at different platforms and I didn't know they would come to me. So that's on me. All right, moving on. Oh, fuck. There we go. This fight, I believe she brings people back to life that we're supposed to kill along with her. I also got turned around in this dungeon, surprise, surprise. I'm supposed to get all 3 defiled coffins. I skipped one. Whenever I open a coffin, I will be prevented from moving for a few seconds. Which made that time sink a lot worse. Oh my god, dude. Yep, I skipped that second one, so I did the first one, I did the third one, then I had to go all the way back. It was not a good time. Alright, this one I believe we're supposed to protect this guy from... Yeah, I think we're supposed to protect Pyoreo from enemies around the outside of the ring trying to get to him. But we can skip that entirely with this one neat trick. Kill the spare body. And that is the dungeon. Yeah, we're making back time by the handful. Stone Vigil hard. There's a boss fight in here that is notorious for being just all around crappy to deal with. Sometimes these doors are fear locked, so we just gotta watch out. Oh, I'm supposed to kill you. Good thing you followed me. And there's him dead already. We're not even a minute into this dungeon. This is really good. And then this part. This is kind of a mini encounter. You just have to activate the cannon that's in front of the enemy here. If I didn't get cucked out of it. There we go. Then on either side, you will see we have enemies. Kill the enemies, hit them with the cannon again. We do that 3 times. Why did you separate like that? That is so strange. And this one. First time it's been at all 3 cannons in all of my runs in this dungeon. There we go. This is the boss fight I'm talking about. You can largely give it the what for. Oh fuck. Oh. The second he starts glowing. Yep, we need to get on Bertha and shoot him. And we can go back to killing his ass again. Oh, he's invincible. Well, fuck me. We gotta prevent the little dragon babies from killing everybody, or the encounter fails. No, fuck. I was worried about that. Oh well. There we go. Now we can move on. That is the most annoying boss fight in this entire gauntlet. I hate it so much. Oh, you have a key. I missed this key the first run, too. Then he has a twin that spawns in. And end of that dungeon. Lost 3 seconds there. Probably on the second boss fight. I don't blame me. Snowcloak, I have this song on my personal playlists. Love it. The bear has the key for some fucking reason. First boss. We know what to do. And these are all fear locks. The final boss, and this is dumb, the final boss is fear locked. Not behind a physical fear lock that we can't get past, he just won't spawn until everything else is dead. If you try to go through those at level, they'll kill you. Yeti, the boss. Excuse you, there you go. Then all of these little alcoves will open up to reveal enemies. We just kill them as they come. You don't have the key, right? No. I think it's you. Oh no, you had the finger. Okay. It's more believable that a beast has a finger than a key. Then we finger the door. Perfect. And we kill Fenrir. There's him done. Saved 31 seconds on that dungeon. Really nice. Sastasha hard. This one is also just a little all over the place. Follow the bird. Bird knows where he's going. Use the drainage pump. Oh, I moved. My bee. First boss. Yeah, exit's right next to the entrance, which always confuses me. Can't believe this next area is fear-locked. There we go. There's a whole mechanic where they get stronger off of absorbing brine, but we fucking ignore that. Not even 2 minutes in yet, we're already almost halfway there. Which is nice. Second boss. This Captain Madison figure. Make sure he's selected before I do my zoom booms. Make sure his friends all die too. How come you're not dead? What did I do wrong here? Oh. You have friends I need to kill. That's why. There we go. Anyway, we follow Captain Madison. We're gonna get stuck at this door anyway, so there's no use making this part go faster. Just wait for them all to get here. Perfect. Then we kill a Kraken. For real this time, not just his tentacles. Sunken Temple of Karn hard. We're not going to bleed like 2 minutes on this dungeon, so... I still feel so stupid about that. Which one of you had the key? Fuck, was it back up here? Did I do it already? Yes. Skipped the first sphere. That's fun. In all seriousness, as long as I don't skip the moon sphere, we'll be fine. We'll still gain a bunch of time, because I had to backtrack like 2 minutes for that one. We're not going to activate our sprint yet, so we can put the sunstone in the door. Well, thank you for coming to me, so I don't have to hunt you down. That was nice of you. First boss. Already done. We're almost done with the run, too. Hand goes away if you kill the head. I almost skipped right past it again. Perfect. Now we don't need to do all that backtracking again. That's so nice. Hands aren't going to do anything if I kill the head first. Sabatender Imperatriz is usually a hard fight. She has historically been a difficult fight. For people who don't know, when she starts counting her needles, you need to focus her down because she'll lose count if you deal enough damage, and if she doesn't, it's a wipe. And where's the sphere? There we go. I had to backtrack for that one too, through multiple areas. So we are already gaining so much time. So much time. One sphere goes here. I believe we can run the rest of the way. One sphere goes here. And the last sphere goes here. Up we go. Yeah, that was a minute and a half of time save. Okay, last 3 dungeons. Keeper of the Lake being the first one. Where the final boss fight is a really good fight against Midgard Swarmer. But we're not going to get to see that fight because we're way over leveled. That was fear locked. That was fear locked. Don't know if that was fear locked, but I'm not taking chances now. I think the bosses are also spread out enough for me to berserk my way through the rest of these bosses. Not even a minute in, we are through the first boss already. One of you is going to have a key. They gave it to the mech for some reason. Kill this to free him. Which one of you had the thingy? None of you. Okay, moving on. And this fucker. He's dead. I think I also got stuck there because if you don't deal enough damage, he phases and becomes invincible. Kind of like the Kukafera turtle boss in Stone Vigil Hard. This is sphere locked. Standing here, you will take damage, but it's not enough for me to worry about. We're climbing up a dead dragon right now. How did you end up outside of that? And this is the final boss. Already. Hello, Midgard Stormer. Been a little bit. Don't phase, don't... Okay, whew. That was terrifying. Saved 22 seconds on that boss. So far, we're 5 minutes under time. That's really nice. One of my favorite songs here. Hello, Tomberry friends. That moment when we found out Tonberries were just cursed Lalafell. Okay, no key or anything I need to pick up off of any of you? Okay. Just making sure. First boss already, and we are a minute in. The standard, if they stand in the field that the standard gives them, they are really strong and hard to kill. If we remove that field, they are really weak again. That's the whole mechanic. That's how this entire dungeon works. Second boss, and we are at 2.5 minutes. Then we need the asylum key. This one key will unlock both cells, so I don't need to worry. because we need both of them to activate the secret panel in the wall and continue onward. Oh fuck, yeah. It's because I didn't... It's because the damage randomization didn't kill him in one go. Hit the drainage valve, or forget that again. Use the Nimian device, just like before. And we are almost to final boss town. There we are. We're here. And that is that boss. So that was a 25-second improvement. Finally, the last dungeon in this run, Aim to Pour Keep Hard. If you'll recall, we ran the regular version of this dungeon about an hour ago. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6. 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Who says these games aren't educational? Because this is boss territory, I'm going to activate this now to give it as much uptime charge as possible. And sprint. And we're running. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 'Didn't even have to stop. That's always good. Trying to get all these as we go here before they even notice us. Boss number 2. I don't want to deal with his mechanics, so we're just going to do that. Use the orb. And 2 more rounds of enemies. 1 more. Perfect. I think that's as good as that could have gone, honestly. And final boss, already. And that is the run. 2 hours, 28 minutes, 28 seconds. An improvement of 5 minutes and 40 seconds over my last attempt. So we're making some time here. Biggest improvements, I think, looking at this, are going to be not fucking up that chain winch in Halatali. Not fucking up the chain winch in Halatali. Not letting the boss phase in Stone Vigil. And I still think we can make some improvements on Stone Vigil Hard. Alrighty, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in if you were here. Bye.